So the objective, the agenda of today's webinar is combating heat waves through digital solutions for a climate resilient future. So we are experiencing, so recently, day before yesterday only, the news, the report came out that this March is like 2025 March is again the hottest month of in Europe again. So we are surpassing. This is history again repeating. So last year was the hottest globally. This year again we are expecting to become the hottest year. So what does that mean? Uh, we are experiencing harsh reality of rising global temperatures, and heat waves are no longer seasonal discomforts. It has become a trend, and it is reality. They are becoming deadly, frequent, and more widespread than ever before. From rural farms to urban neighborhoods, the impact are visible and obviously deeply felt. People are dying, and to mitigate these kind of challenges that we are facing, we have planned and companies like Vassar Labs have come forward to formulate to make some products that is going to mitigate these kind of changes. Now the state, even even the organizations like NGOs and other health departments like AIMS that we are talking before with Sir Kanal sir. We could not have him here in this webinar today because of some communication gap. But then we'll have another webinar. So the focus, the agenda is like all the stakeholders, all the stakeholders in this domain who can have a positive impact and save lives. We can come together. We should come together and make an impact. Cities are turning into heat islands, to be very frank. Agricultural productivity is declining also due to temperature extremes. Then vulnerable communities like the outdoor workers and the elderly, even the kids, are facing severe health risks. And unfortunately, our traditional infrastructure isn't designed to withstand these patterns. So we can't solve climate change overnight, that is for sure. But what we can do is build resilience, adapt, adapt faster, and act smarter. And now that brings us to the question: how do we turn data and technology into climate armor? Right? So we are entering a phase where digital tools are just not like good to have; they are now becoming a must-have, and they are absolutely necessary. Remote sensing, geospatial intelligence, and AI are helping governments map valuable heat zones. Right now, same technology we can use for smart irrigation projects and powered by predictive analytics and guiding farmers to conserve water during heat waves, giving them alerts. And then citizen focused also platforms should give alerts to citizens, vulnerable citizens, and schools, kids, as I said, like elderlies, workers, about the heat advisories and what precautions they need to take, basically to become more hyper local when it's concern when it comes to weather data and stuff like that. These aren't just future concepts, they are happening right now through startups like Vassar Labs and other research organizations. And CROPC is one of the major key player in this field, and they are our key partner, knowledge partner. And I admire Colonel Sir's work. Like everywhere, wherever there is lightning, thunderstorm, or heat wave discussion going on, he will be there. So I very much look forward to him. This brings me to the next introduction. Not introduction, everyone knows Kanna sir here. Kanna Srivastava So I request you to now talk about your experience and your plans to move forward. Please share your valuable insight. How you can evolve further to support evidence-based heat wave preparedness and long-term urban resilience planning. So over to you, sir.
Uh, Thank you, Chandan. It's a matter of great privilege that we decided to go together with Heatwave addressing the existing and very pertinent risk. Uh, Today, we also have a lot of interns. We have a summer internship program who are joining, so we welcome all of them. And before I proceed, I would like to invite Dr. KJ Ramesh, who is my mentor, who has been former Director General, India Meteorological Department, and he is now with the RIMES, Regional Integrated Multi-Hazard Early Warning System for South Asia. So it is our privilege that Dr. KJ sir, despite his hectic schedule, he has just landed back from Colombo and he's joined the event. We wouldn't like to lose time, and I'll request Dr. Ramesh sir to deliberate upon the existing threat, sir, and how should we go about it, sir? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Good morning to all colleagues. Particularly happy to see Ramraj Garu after so many years. We have been talking, but not seeing each other. So nice to see you, Ramraj Garu.
నమస్తే అండి.
Namaste, namaste. And more importantly, this year, if you see, apart from what Chandan has told, whole of 2024 was warmer than the past years. And month after the month, they have broken above normal temperatures all through the 2024. And all the months have crossed 1.5 degrees above normal warming, which has been unprecedented. So much warming till September, whatever was observed, that all the months up to September above 1.5 degrees was communicated to COP28 when by none other than WMO by a special report saying that warming is going to trouble 2025 in a very, very significant manner. And that has proved that data was taken up to September, but now we have even up to December. All the months of 2024 were above 1.5, and January of 2025 was 1.62 degrees. So that much warming of the earth system has been happening. So it was clear that we are in for unprecedented hot weather conditions starting way early as last week of January. Our South Peninsula, equatorial islands like Sri Lanka, Maldives started experiencing above normal hot weather conditions starting from last week of January 2025. And February onwards, we have seen Kerala reporting above normal temperatures, which we used to see end of March or early April. We saw almost 6 weeks earlier during 2025. So this was a clear indication that pre-monsoon season, as now confirmed by AMD also, it will be above normal, and people should be ready for heat waves, etc., etc. So when you talk about heat waves, so it is not new to India. So 40 degrees, above 35 degrees during pre-monsoon conditions are normal for India and South Asia. But what is unusual, which is happening now, is humidity is getting added to the temperature. So that adds more discomfort, and that onsets early heat stress on the human bodies. So which is the new impact which we have not conveyed and communicated to the people. The humidity increase added with warming will add additional minimum of 3 degrees extra warming, which human body will feel. So these are the additional accelerated heat stress on the body, which has started happening, and it will continue to happen in incremental way year on year as long as the global warming continues. So it is sure that we are in for global warming era. Temperatures will increase year on year, and now we have seen the significant impact of humidity added with warmer atmosphere started increasing heat stress on human bodies. And what we are not done this season, even after knowing that December up to December whole of 2024 was warm and 2025 will have all this, simple thing what would have done as an anticipatory action was all primary school exams, board exams should have been completed by middle of February. We should have rescheduled them, which we have not done. At least if not done this year, we have to see that next year, now itself we have to plan to complete all board exams by middle of February. So that children, all levels up to 12th standard, will not be exposed to hot weather conditions at all. So that is the first thing to be ensured. It is very easy. Only the rescheduling of the exams, board exams, planning them 6 months ahead is required. That we should have done, having known in 2020, September 2024 itself, we have not acted on that. And then second point, simple thing. What, so much rain happened till October 2028 in India. All reservoirs were full, all local tanks were full, minor, major, all irrigation tanks were full. And we should have thought that water demand will increase in the pre-monsoon till July of 2025. So we should have planned for water conservation, minimal use for power generation, other purposes, etc. Now I see most of the reservoirs are much below level, low level. Even drinking water supplies promised under them is not going to be available. That's what I see. Several articles are coming. So this is another thing, anticipatory action, ensuring drinking water supplies to the needy people, particularly low rainfall zones where temperatures are going to see very early. So these two anticipatory actions we should have done simply, but which we have missed it this year. Perhaps next year we should anticipate and advise the governments to prepare. This is the minimum preparedness. And hospitals, every hospital should have at least 30 to 50, depending upon their capacity, spare beds have to be kept for dealing with heat stress related morbidities at several locations. So like this, by doing so, we will be minimizing the exposure of the vulnerable people. So now we have data of people, elderly, where they are living. We are delivering pensions to whom. So we have all the details. Digital information is available. So we should all advise them not to come out of their houses, and what is the kind of conditions if they are living in tinned roofs, asbestos sheet roofs, then we should advise them to move to better roof housing, at least for the period of pre-monsoon. So some of these anticipatory actions to minimize the exposure of vulnerable people has to be done. And the second thing, heat wave will not come abruptly. It is a gradual warming, and at least 1 week before we will have above normal temperatures building up in some part of the country or some part of the world or the other. At least 1 week information is available on the areas of above normal temperatures evolving in coming 7 days to 10 days time. So that is what is the lead time available for evolving hot weather conditions. We know mean temperature somewhere 35 degrees, somewhere 33 degrees, somewhere 34 degrees. So depending upon the anomalies developing, we have to add over those local level normals and see that how differentiated heat stress development possibilities can emerge in a week, in a time of 5 days to 7 days. And following heat wave, what would happen is heat waves are abated by thunderstorms and lightning. So after 3 degrees, 4 degrees warming, above normal warming takes place over a period of 3 to 4 days. surely that region will have thunderstorm or and lightning impact. So that's what we are seeing. So there will be a meandering of heat wave locations replaced by thunderstorms and lightning happening, and other areas will experience heat wave. So it is a jigsaw of movement taking place between the pockets of hot weather, cooling by thunderstorms and lightning. So these are all linked as a circulation point of view. They are linked. They are back to back to each other. And there are many things, early warning point of view, lot of information, authentic information, reliable information is available. And it is only for us how smartly we link it to the local conditions, local options of heat wave abatement. So these are to be worked out where WebGIS and the information available from the state governments and district authorities, when they are integrated, so we can build a resilient communities, starting from heat waves and then going on to lightning and thunderstorms, etc. So these are my initial views. Thank you very much. Over to you back, Sanjay ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, you have hit the nail, sir, that there are adequate warning which are available, and 2024 every month has been the hottest month. So those months also give you indications what action to be taken in 2025. So basic things like rescheduling of the school exam, the routine activities which are to be undertaken, drinking water supply. In fact, I am in Vasant Kunj, and today, due to the power supply demand, the light was cut. And at 10:30, I got scared. And I checked why. They said, sir, over demand hai, grid se abhi demand fulfill hone mein half an hour lagega. And by barely 10:58, I could get onto online. So this power demand, we all knew that the power demand is going to go high. We all know that the normal office hours will be there. So how to reschedule the office hours? In Delhi, the office is still running at 10 to 5. Sir. So all those hotspot points where such actions are to be taken. And the most importantly, you said, sir, that heat wave early warning is not sudden. It gives you 7 to 15 days time. IMD forecasts are there. And there is a value addition by company like Vassar Lab, which is doing more granular data, giving you more lead time, more risk-based information. So this is quite good time with very good scientific output from government, private partner collaboration, coming for taking action in the field. United Nations has given every day counts. Early action is must. But we still find there are most other states where heat wave action plan is not there. And even if the action plan is there, it is not scientifically designed based on the trigger points, based on the early warning, based on the actions which are to be taken. So identify the trigger points, identify the population in that area, the housing pattern in that area, the livelihood pattern in the area. If housing is tin roof, we should go for the cold roofing. If tree cover is not there, we must plan something ventilated, public cold rooms where such victims can be brought. As Dr. KJ Ramesh sir brought out that in hospital, bed should be earmarked to address this. I was speaking to the doctor in AIMS. They said, sir, they are on the, you know, inspecting all the hospitals in various states. They say there is no planning of this sort. Address hypothermia, address dehydration, diarrhea, those cases. The hospital needs to be properly equipped. We do not have anything of some concept known as home visit. Last year, CROPC, with its volunteers, carried out interviews hundreds of professionals in Delhi NCR region, sir. And the results were astonishing. And we shared with the Delhi Disaster Management Authority. And the reply is one DO has come from the CEO that CROPC should adopt districts. And we have offered them that we will adopt South districts and Southwest district. I went to Ranchi, Patna, Jamshedpur. There is no heatwave action plan. And those are the hotspots. Jamshedpur, industrial town, Patna, heated town. So nothing of this sort is there at the governance level. And so the community is forced to adopt whatever measures are available and fait accompli. So here is a very good service being provided by the Vassar lab, and CROPC advises everybody to take it. And based on this, the public awareness, the home visit, the social service, the training education, surveillance monitoring, public health infra, public transport, mobilization, school, college timings, normal activity of people should be, redesigned, customized to the local level. We have very senior person, Ramraj sir, with us. I request you, sir, to throw some light on what you feel about it.
Ramaraju sir, are you there? Hello. I think his internet is having some issue.
Yeah, he's not able to unmute.
His video is also frozen.
Yeah. No issue.
No issues. Yeah. So till then, I'll ask Ponu Rangam. He is the R&D he is taking care of the R&D of disaster-related products of ours in Vassar Labs to showcase the our product in Heatwave early warning system, and then we can have sir again, right? Ponu, over to you.
Hello.
Ponu Rangam, yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, Chandan. May I proceed?
You
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Did you, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning to everyone. My name is Dr. Konurangam, and I'm here developing, disaster-related geospatial product. So I am going to, give a demo about our heat early warning system. So before going to give a demo, so I just want to give some small introduction about this heat wave. So first, as a definition, so heat wave is defined as a condition where the maximum temperature at a grade is 3 degree or more than the normal temperature for consecutive 3 days or more. So here, so this is the effect of heat wave. So here, what our system, early warning system integrates, it will integrate the real-time weather data and then use the forecast data from IMD and then ECMWF to show, the temperature humidity situation across the country at district level, mandal or block level in each and every state for the next 7 days. And we are also computing the heat index at mandal and block wise to see the heat wave situation across the country state and even at state and then district scale also. So, we use real-time AWS station data from IMD. So to compute the ground observed heat index for each mandal wave and then blocks. And in addition to that, with our forecasted data and then observed Tmax data, we are also doing some accuracy assessment, like how much our forecast is accurate. And then our early warning system uses same the IMD color coding which is suggested by IMD to assign the colors for each mandal and block to identify the which are the mandals which is affected by the severe heat wave and then normal heat wave and then no heat wave. So these are some reference that we are using. So this is the methodology what we follow for the heat wave and then heat index. So heat wave is considered if the actual maximum temperature for a given grid or a station reaches above 40 degrees for the plain regions, and in case of coastal region it should reach above 37 degrees, and in case of hilly region it should reach above 30 degrees. So these are the three different temperature category that we considered to categorize the heat wave. So here is the categorization. This is given by the IMD guidelines that we are following. So for severe heat wave is considered when the maximum actual temperatures go beyond 47 degree, and then heat wave is between 45 to 47 degree. So next, in case of heat index, so we are calculating based on the combining by air temperature and then relative humidity to determine the equivalent temperature. So this is the formula which is given by some NOVA organization that we are following. So this is the equation that we are using for the calculation of heat index. So by using this heat wave and then heat index, we are generating the heat wave alerts. So this is the overall flow that how our heat wave advisory works. So first what we do, we get the latest forecast data which is available, and then we process for the across the various admin levels, say for example from the grid to the aggregation at mandal level, then district, and then across the state level. So then we apply all these rules which is for the heat wave categorization for both for heat wave and then heat index. Then we will bring our GAs. Hello.
Yes, continue.
Yeah. So then we will bring this result in GAs and then MS dashboard for the real time. And then we will give the live data, and then revise advisory like reports and alerts to the various decision makers or authorities. So the main data source which we are using is the forecast and then observed Tmax data, and then data from IMD, forecast data from IMD, and then ECMWF data, and then some local AWS station data for the validation. And for the normal data we are using for the last 30 years data. So now I will give the live demo like about our system. So this is our heat wave forecast alert system. So here you can see this is our GIS view, and this one is our MS view of the heat wave alert system. So here user can see across the country what is the heat wave effect and how many districts are affected for the heat wave and then severe heat wave, and then normally we are following these three categories. And if I play, then user can view how the next 7 days this forecast is given for the heat wave for across the country. And here on the top we can see the total number of districts across the country and how many districts are under severe heat wave category, and then how many districts are under heat wave category, then how many districts are under normal, there is no heat wave. And here is the overall accuracy which is given for a given day, where we are comparing our forecast data of a given day and then comparing with the observed Tmax data from the IMD. And here this is the MAS view where user can have the forecast information of the heat wave for the next 7 days for all the state. And here this the state also categorized based on the how many number of districts are affected by more number of districts are affected. Say for example, for right now this Gujarat is showing more number of districts having heat wave alerts. And here is the accuracy, as I told, for the yesterday based on the observed Tmax data, we are giving accuracy for all the state. So this is what the country level alerts. And if the user want to have the report, if the user can click this report and they can have complete information about the country for the next 7 days. And we are also given the details about how these heat waves are generated and what are the conditions criteria used to give this alert is also given, and this legends also clearly depicts what are the different categories across the country. Then going to any any one specific state, say for example, suppose if I'm going for Telangana, then this top view where earlier we will be having district, now the information is related to block, because in a state now we are interested in how many blocks are affected by the heat wave. So now as of now here in Telangana it is there is no severe heat wave and heat wave, but at district level this block number of blocks details are coming. So if the user can have the state Telangana and how many districts are there, and within the district for the next 7 days what is the forecast, that is also user can have the details about this. And in the graphical view, so in the plot we are also showing how many mandals are in the normal, how many mandals are in heat wave, and then how many mandals are in severe heat wave for the next 7 days. So if the user want to have the report for this specific state, again he can have click this download the heat wave report, and he can go and then check for the specific heat wave. Say for example, here I have shown for the heat wave for Gujarat, because right now Gujarat is having the heat wave. So there we are giving heat wave for the next 24 hours, 48 hours, and then 72 hours. And this is the IMD criteria which is giving the heat wave category. So if you go to the report, the user can have how many districts are there under these categories, and then each district wise how many mandals is having these heat wave alerts. So in next one of the advantages that what we are doing, say for example, if after the state level, if I am interested in any one specific district, let us say for example I am going for the common district, then the user can have the view about the specific district. At district level, we are also giving the school alerts. So as the experts were 1 minute. Yeah. Give me a minute. So this, yeah, one. Sorry. Going Telangana, then I'm going for Khammam district. So yeah, so within this district, so we are also giving the school alerts. Here you can have this. We are giving the school alert category also. So for tomorrow, we are giving alerts for the school, and here you can have the accuracy. And for the school, how many schools are available within the district, and how many districts are under heat wave category, and then how many districts are under severe heat wave category. That's also we are giving. So if the user, if he clicks on any specific location on the school, now we can see this all the information which is related to that school, where the school is located, and what is the school alert for that particular school. So this is the school alert also we are giving. So accordingly, the heat wave advisory can be planned for the school activities. And similar to the school, we are also giving some alert for the Anganwadis. So these are the Anganwadi locations. So where the heat wave alerts categories this alert is given, and here you can see how many total numbers of Anganwadis available within this district. And if user click on any location belongs to that Anganwadi, it will give you the details about this Anganwadi ID and then location, mandal, and all the information. So in this way, our alert system will be very useful for the school education department. And apart from this, we are also planning to add health services related, like hospital informations and other like old age homes and all. We are planning to integrate it, and still the work is under progress. And coming to the source, so as similar to IMD, similar work we are also done for the ECMWF. So if I change the source, then my heat wave category and then all the reports, accuracy, everything will change based on my ECMWF forecast. But for the accuracy, still we are using, though the forecast is from ECMWF, for the validation of the accuracy, we are using the IMD observed data. And this one, when I'm talking about accuracy, so we are giving, accuracy, how, perfect for us, our forecast. So we are giving for the last 7 days, how was the accuracy? So what is the measured or actual temperature from the station data, and what was our forecast, and what is the accuracy? So if I go, specific state or Telangana, like the forecast is this, and then we are giving the accuracy. For accuracy, we are, considering some of the reference which is given by some NOVA or some other organization based on WMO. We are following the same, categorization. So apart from this accuracy, we are also giving heat wave index alerts. So for heat wave index, I have already shown the calculation how we are calculating. For based on the heat wave index for the next 7 days, how many districts are under caution or extreme caution, and we are also giving all the 4 category for the all state and then for the next 7 days. So this is the heat map which is showing for the next 7 days, and here the legend clearly depict what is the criteria used to give these 4 different categories. And this graphical user interface, again, this it shows what are the different categories under how many districts are there and in each category. So this is how our system very useful for the various users and the decision makers. So the main advantage of our system is we are giving the alert at mandal level. So normally we used to get the alerts from the at district level, but we are giving at localized mandal level also. And another advantage of our system is we are doing the validation, like say for example the accuracy for the today and then accuracy for the last 7 days. And third one is if user want to see the last 3 or 1 week of the heat wave situation across the country, that also can be easily viewed from our GIS view. And then we are giving, as I already mentioned, school alerts. And within the school alerts, what are the primary schools are there, middle schools are there, higher secondary schools are there, how many schools are affected on each category. So those kind of information also we are giving. And then we are also giving alerts for the Anganwadi. Yeah, so these are the main, impact, value addition from our heatwave early warning system. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
And Ponnu, I would request you to talk few lines about the recent event that happened in Assam related to heat wave that you presented there in Assam SDMA, and people, how did they like it? Some few lines
Yes.
about that. Mm.
Yes. So last week, Assam State Disaster Management Authority, they have organized a 1-day, workshop on heat wave, and there we have, given, detailed demo about our system, and they were happy, and then they were appreciating our work a lot, and they said that it will be very useful for them. And as a pilot study, they were requesting us to do, some heat wave advisory for the 5 selected districts, and they also want to have more additional information like nearby healthcare centers, and they also wanted us to add old age homes, so that the heat wave advisory can be easily given, and then accordingly they can plan. And they were also requesting to give a specific user management role. Accordingly they can have a specific login the specific district authorities and decision makers can access for the specific district, and they can roll out the advisories. So they were really happy about our work, and they were appreciating a lot.
Thank you, Ponnu. So any questions we can have it at the end. Right now, I'd love to ask Ramaraju sir to just come and give his thought. He is a very experienced person in water domain, and I would like to ask him to give the impact and the nexus of heat wave and water, and his viewpoint is open, like it's open to the floor is open to Ramaraju sir.
You're able to see me and hear me?
We are able to hear you. Ponu, if you can stop saying. Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yes, I will stop you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity and me. Actually, I Dr. K.J. Ramesh with tremendous adoration. We worked together for a long. Also, a teacher like for me. Uh, as all of you are kindly aware, that extreme events are increasing, and what it means and to whom it means is the thing I wanted to address. The reason why I am addressing this is after whatever products about which friends have discussed earlier, we have to take it the relevant organization and relevant person. See, who will face it? Who will face it? Because I have been in the government for a long time. I handled so many floods and then droughts, drinking water, some drinking water. Supply, carryover storages, all these things I have handled. It is the poor and vulnerable groups in the society they face. Honestly, though government is an implementing agency, government officers directly are not affected by the. So, whatever message we generate should go to the people to directly and at each stage. For example, wonderful maps and wonderful spatial products have come, and I am amazed to see all these products. But is when it goes to a bureaucrat, sees it looks to be very nice, and he wants it in detail and keeps the pipe right. But ultimately, he is not the person who is delivering this service. But from each department, for example, let's say animal husbandry, he has certain duties in when there is heat wave. Similarly, aquaculture. Similarly, forestry. Similarly, irrigation. We have to put carryover storages, as Ramesh sir was saying, for drinking water. And every year we harp upon it. So that means the language, the disaster means it has got different connotations for different people. Number one. Number two, we always think about uh, it is human biased. Disaster relief means human beings are not just the only biota on the planet Earth. I will tell one or two classic examples. I stay on a very steep road in one of the colonies, and where a lot of labor move every day during summer. And I see some stray dogs on the road attacking them when the heat wave is there. And many get injured. There were cases, young children, school children were killed by this thing. They're all due to heat wave. And similarly, I stay in a really a bit wooded area, and I see wonderful birds. They fall into my premises. They died due to lack of water. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is that means there are so many others other than human beings that require this information. Fortunately, there are agencies which are identified to address these issues. That means our message has to go to the people who deliver. That means last mile on the ground. So again, that is different. It has different meaning for different departments. For me, drinking water. For me, power supply, because I have to transport water. Because power is not available, grid failure will be there. So that means when there is power, I have to pump water, keep it ready. And so there are, if I go into detail, there's too many things that come in the way of operation. So for different departments, different requirements are there, and different strata of biota have got different requirements. So with this wonderful knowledge created in Vassars, what we are trying to, some of my colleagues and from agriculture department, we go once in a while to the labs. So we're trying to create a matrix. Suppose there's going to be heat wave from so and so date to so and so date. So pisciculture department needs some instructions, different instructions. Horticulture department needs different. Maybe there is a storm brewing up, and now there is a paddy crop standing now, and there are mango orchards now. So all these things are affected in a different manner. So each one has to play a different role in this thing. So what we are trying to, in other words, this spatial information, how to convert into an actionable item by the last mile worker on the ground of different departments. We are trying to make a matrix. We already have converged onto this. So hopefully, apart from the spatial information, we would like to give again, as Ramesh sir said, that the drinking water position is very bad, and heat wave means what it means. Last year we faced below dead storage, even deep into the dead storage also. We were to put roads and pump water in from dead storage. That means these are all operational issues, and these operational issues are extremely severe for each department. So we are trying to make it sensible to functionaries of different departments and people who face the disaster directly, that is public, to vulnerable people in the public. It's not necessarily human beings. So there's so many other requirements for water and heat and protection. And some of you must have heard about last year a disaster has happened in a hospital where I think 18 children died just because power supply has gone, and generator did not start, and that was a heat wave time, and infant newly born children have died. So like this, the reason why I am giving these examples is these products ultimately mean different things to different people. We are all supposed to protect people. So ultimately, people, biota, then product. So we are trying to intelligently link these things so that some message go to the last for actionable implementation. So this is what actually I just wanted to share. If you have any questions, I've been in the field for 50 years in government, right from sub-divisional officer to secretary level. So I am prepared to answer either now or any time later. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to my friends and colleagues. And Sir Ramesh sir, thank you very much for I am lucky to again participate in this workshop. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Colonel, sir, over to you now. We have very interesting question, by the way. We'll take it at the end from.
We have such illuminaries, legendary figures with us, Dr. K.J. Ramesh and Dr. Rama Raju sir. They have brought out absolutely the requirement which is to be done at the field level. In fact, I am disciple of both these legendaries. I am always guided by Dr. Ramesh sir, and I am a basically policy maker and field action taker. So based on these guidelines, we are creating the systems at the grassroots level so that affected community is based actions are taken, and they are what today I find the biggest gap is at the state disaster management authority level. We have early warning, or rather, I will put it up this way that they don't have sensitivity towards early warning. Because the early warning is available through IMD, through Vassar lab, through many sources. But there is a need of sensitizing them, educating them, making them aware that this is the early warning. This is how you need to regulate the school, the Anganwadi, the farmer, the cattle grazer, the fisherman, the local vendor, the small dhabawala, to the Anganwadi, to the healthcare center, to the transport center. You see bus stands and all, which are so dry up. There is not even a. I was checking up at the bus stand, which are at various places in Bihar and Jharkhand. There is not even water available. You imagine what can we give? So similar is the situation for the marketplace which are in the cities. There people are selling things in the open. There is no relief to them. There are ranbasera, there are shelters which are made. They have been abandoned or captured, and unauthorized people are living. So the thing is, the people who are cleaning the road, people who are involved in the solid waste management, there are umpteen number of areas where it can be applied, and this early warning has a vast application. What is lacking? The inertia within the disaster management system. And if they connect and if they sensitize to the departments like urban development, municipal corporation, gram panchayat, definitely there will be action. So I am into now making action plan for few states and taking it. We will also be taking these early warnings to few states initially on, as a customary sensitization package for a certain time for free. But after that, definitely it is going to cost, because there is a requirement of somebody sitting at the state disaster management authority, that which mandal, which municipal corporation is getting affected, what action has to be taken. So that we will be doing it for a month. And then subsequently, if they go for a permanent setup, we should be doing this. I will request Dr. Ponu to give me the GIF file of these 7 days, which I will share today only with all the state disaster management secretaries. And I will show them that this is what we did, this is what the actionable points which can be done, and then let us see the response. I will also request Dr. KJ Ramesh sir, in case of any guidance, may I request your guidance, sir? I think
I
KJ sir,
think he has dropped. I think so.
she's dropped. Yeah, please go ahead, Chandan.
Okay, so we have a very interesting question from Lubna here. Uh, in the Thar Desert, solar panels have been installed for solar energy. Has this caused a rise in temperature in that area? Secondly, they are using water from the Nadi and Nadi, yeah, a community water reserve meant for animals and people of that area, to wash the solar panels. This is making the water shortage problem even worse during the summer. So, any input?
Ramaraju sir, would you like to answer or shall I answer, sir?
Please do. You can answer.
Thank you very much, Lubna, for asking this question. You see, the solar panels, besides generating the solar energy, they also provide shade. So, in case if you have large area with a solar panel cover, beneath the solar cover, there is lesser temperature than the upper area. So, this is not causing a rise in the temperature. So, your question, has this caused a rise in temperature in that area? I disagree. The solar panel do not raise the temperature. Secondly, they are using water from the Nadi. They have to find alternative solutions. It is not necessary always to use water to clean the solar panels. You can simply remove the dust by even normal dry clothes or some other means or some brooming or some blowing air. They should minimize the use of water, especially in a water-starved area where less water is available. You see, you have to prioritize the usage of water when it is rationed, when it is available in very limited quantity. Like I'm from army, when we used to have less water, we used to stop bathing and all. And there are times when we have used 1 liter of water or half liter of water entire day just for drinking. So in a scarce situation, you have to see the justification where you use the water. In case you do not have water, stop using water for washing the solar panels. Use alternative method. And you, based on the availability, you assign the utility of the water. I hope I have answered you.
Makes sense. Right.
Ramaraju sir, anything would you like to add? I hope I have answered it.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. And
Any other
it,
questions you
it's
may feel free to write in the chat and uh, what we can do to avoid heat
But
waves.
again, like to give you a good example that wherever the floating solar water energy plants have been established, whether it is in Andhra Pradesh or Omkareshwar, the temperature below the solar panels have been found less, and the aquaculture, which is below in the solar water panel area, they have been found developing very rich. The algae and the other aquaculture which is there, they have been found to be getting more richer and more productive. And the surroundings also get affected because there is a induction conduction effect, and since low temperature prevails in that area, the closer area also gets a feel of it, and they get less warmer than the area which are far off.
Right. And the next question is what we can do to avoid heat waves at personal level. This is like
uh,
very basic, but then yeah, some inputs at personal level. What we can do to avoid heat waves.
Firstly, the early warning, what we said, the early warning is available. So you should be yourself aware that what is the heat wave around you or the area where you are going to live or work. Since the early warning is available, the early warning also gives you the time period, which are the slots during the 24-hour cycle of day and night when you need, you are most vulnerable. So those, based on this, you prepare your individual heat wave action plan. What will you do? The very first thing which are advised, which our Ramaraju sir or seniors have been advising us, you must sleep well, eat well, and take rest.
Hmm.
So your food habit, you should not be empty stomach. You must take your meal on time. You should take enough water, at least 3 to 4 liters water per day. You should do adequate exercise, physical activity. You should sleep well, and you should not overexert. And in case you are exposed to such scenarios, you develop some symptom, immediately go to the doctor and show it to a doctor and take necessary medical care. Because when you get heat stroke, there are times when you cross the threshold level, it is beyond control, your hypothermia or your health condition, when it deteriorates to a level, it's beyond control. So before you reach that level, you must consult doctor, take adequate rest, take adequate medical advice. And also, since you are an intellectual, you are a literate, you should educate people around you, within your family, within friends, within your working environment, that this is a heat wave and this is a precaution. You should become the local weatherman for people and sensitize and make them happy. The productivity hour, especially people who are working in the IT sector or in the office, they must identify that this is the heat wave, less heat wave hour when their productivity is high. So advise your offices that they should have timing when your productivity is maximum. When the heat wave is maximum and you're working, your productivity level goes. You feel lethargic, you feel sleepy, you feel tiredness. So if you're working in that sort of environment where you can advise people and change your working hours, that would be advisable, and it will increase productivity, especially in a manufacturing industry, especially in a construction industry, or industry where you're working outside in the open where you're exposed. So such advisories are very useful in those industries, and if you can do that, that will be more beneficial. I have answered you.
So now we have like way past the time. It's 12:07. Would like to draw this powerful conversation to a close. But before that, I would like take a few moments to reflect not just on what we have heard today, but on what we must now do together. Right. So basically, what did we understand? Heat waves are no longer a distant possibilities or occasional spikes. They are real, devastating, and most importantly, they are predictable. And if something is predictable, that then it means it is preventable. As simple as that. So at least the worst of its consequences can be avoided by taking preventive measures and getting alerts, etc. So now, for a greater good, this is what Vassar Lab has taken a pledge. So starting today, we are offering our heat wave early warning system for free for a limited period of time to the communities, municipalities, institutions, whoever are interested. We can create a login for them so that they can have a hands-on experience, and the purpose is to save humanity. Any life saved is like, saving the humanity as such. So so obviously you saw the product yourself right now. What would you do in order, how you can participate? If you are a part of an organization that can benefit from this system, please contact us directly or CROPC. If you know someone in your community who would value this, please pass the word. And if you are in a position to fund, promote, scale, let's talk. Right? So these are the closing statement from my side. Colonel sir, if you can add something.
You have given the message to everybody, very powerful message, very useful message. Thank you very much for this initiative today. And we must act. What you said,
Right.
very important catchword. If an event is predictable, it is preventable.
Yeah.
And here are we, Propsy Vassar Labs, together to serve you in
Right.
saving life, in saving economic damage. Let's work together. Let's save life.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.